I don't like this at all. I'm heading out of here. I'm here at Southend Airport in the southeast of England. I'm about to head up to Manchester now. You may not have heard of Southend Airport before, and that's understandable. It's a relatively fresh addition to the UK's airport scene. They call it London Southend, which I've always had a bit of an issue with because we're over 40 miles from London. Put it this way, we're the same distance from London as Milton Keynes and Brighton on the south coast, and so it's quite away from London. Well, having said that, it's really well connected. Last night it took me less than 45 minutes on the train to get here from London, Stratford, so it's not actually too difficult to get to. Just kind of a little bit in the middle of nowhere really. So my first flight today is with Flybe on their ATR 72 600 series up to Manchester. Now, of course, I actually live about an hour's drive from Manchester, so I'm kind of going home to come out again. But it's going to be interesting to try this flight today up to Manchester with the ATR, and it's really early in the morning. I need to go and get a coffee, so let's head inside and check in. But I wasn't able to get that cup of coffee just yet, at least. You see, thanks to the absolute shambles here at check-in at Southend Airport, it took over an hour for anybody to come and actually check people in. The fact that nobody could do online check-in either made it even worse, and we had about 3 flights full of people waiting to go, all queuing in the check-in hall here. People didn't actually turn up to check us in for the flight until about 15 minutes before the flight was due to close, which resulted then in a mad rush to get through security and to airside so nobody missed their flights.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome on board your flight to Manchester this morning. Our flight today, Flybe, is operated by Bombardier, and we have James Gallagher, which is the captain in command of our flight today, and assisted by Dean Ward, our first officer. My name is Donna, and together with Chris, we will be taking care of you in the cabin.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to Manchester International Airport, where the local time is 3 minutes to 8 and the temperature outside is a mild 16 degrees.
That was a crazy tight connection thanks to the delay we picked up at Southend. Just had to leg it between the two terminals here at Manchester for my next flight down to Guernsey. Next flight is quite a special one. My friend Pilot Tris is a fellow YouTuber. He is the first officer on this flight, and he's going to be filming it from the flight deck as I film from the cabin. So it's actually going to be quite a cool flight. I've also got my good friend World Aviation HD filming from outside as well for this flight. So we are here at the gate. Next stop is to Guernsey with Aurigny on the ATR. So I'm now here at Guernsey in the Channel Islands on a beautiful sunny day compared to what we left behind at Southend this morning. Fantastic little flight down with Aurigny on the ATR 72 with, of course, Pilot Tris flying the plane all the way down from Manchester today. We've got some awesome views all the way down across England and the English Channel, and then across the Channel Islands here to Guernsey. So I've got a couple of hours here on the ground now. I'm going to go and try and find something interesting to do ahead of my next flight back to the mainland with Blue Islands this afternoon, to Southampton originally on their ATR. So it'll be 3 ATRs in a day for me. I haven't been on one for years, and then I get 3 in one go. So yeah, nice, beautiful day for flying, and a beautiful day for having a look around this wonderful little beautiful island of Guernsey. So I have come here a few miles away from Guernsey Airport to the German Underground Hospital here. It's a place that looked quite interesting on the map. Basically, in World War II, Guernsey as well as the other Channel Islands were occupied by Nazi Germany for the period of the Second World War, basically. And during the period that they were occupied, the Germans built this massive underground hospital as well as many other things here using slave labour. They built underground hospitals and fortifications and bases and barracks and all sorts of things, and this place is an underground hospital that was built in 1942 and continued development through the rest of the Second World War. So I'm going to go and have a look at this and have a look around. It looks pretty interesting. This place is so unbelievably creepy. It's untrue. You think about how many hundreds of people were treated down here back in World War II. How many sadly didn't make it out of here? It's crazy, man. This is unbelievable. So apparently they used to store ammunition down here as well, back in the day. Hence why there's bitumen on the floor, because the soldiers basically had the metal bits on their shoes and it would spark, and the bitumen is to stop that happening. It echoes so much, and it's so dark and creepy, and there's little cubby holes everywhere. This is so cool. I just turned a corner and this guy was staring at me around the corner. That freaked me out, I have to say. It's strange. I think I am probably the only person down here. I've not seen anybody else the whole way around. Wow, look at that. I haven't seen anybody else the entire way around. It's just me, yet I can hear footsteps. I don't know whether it's some effect that they're putting on, but it's so echoey and creepy. It is untrue. Unbelievable. What's down there? I'm not going to lie to you, I'm actually pretty on edge now. My heart is racing. This is creepy as. I think how many people have been down here. The footsteps that have walked through this, through these tunnels. The days when German soldiers would march up and down these tunnels. It is so creepy. As I think about all of the poor, there's water dripping down these walls as well. You think all of the poor slaves, prisoners of war and things that were building these tunnels, a lot of Czech, a lot of Russian, a lot of Czech people captured as prisoners of war, POWs, and were used sadly to create these immense tunnels. This is so, can you hear that? That is so creepy. There's sound echoing, reverberating around this place like you wouldn't believe. It's coming from a distant kind of tunnel. This is unbelievably creepy. I'm almost like, tears down my face. This is like music playing up here. Oh my goodness, this is one of the wards from the hospital day with the original bed still here. Good God. Can you imagine this? Imagine having to have an operation or something, or surgery in these sorts of conditions deep underground. It doesn't bear thinking about, really. This is the old mortuary. This is so sad. It feels just unbelievably heavy in here. I'm not one to believe in a lot of stuff like that, but this is insane. I think, it doesn't bear thinking about who ended up here. The unlucky ones. This is tremendously sad. It feels so creepy and so heavy in here. I don't like this at all. I'm heading out of here. The echoes don't help at all. It's quite interesting. As you walk in here, they give you a little ticket and you have to give it back on your way out, so that at the end of the day they count them up and make sure there's nobody trapped down overnight. I wouldn't want to spend the night down here. This is crazy. Yeah. Good God. I think we can go down there. I am not going down there. It is pitch black and I can't see what's down there at all. Definitely not going down that one. Oh my God, I don't like this. This is a shaft of some sort. God, no, this is horrible. Getting out of here. Really don't like this place. It feels so just weird. It does feel weird. This is the old kitchens and boiler house down there. All the original fittings, look at that. German chefs would have cooked what little food they had available back in World War II here, I guess. Unbelievable. If you look at how small this kitchen is compared to the actual size of the hospital that we're in, it goes to some scale to show kind of the priorities that people had back then. This is crazy. Wow. This is the operating theatre, where countless people would have had operations and surgery. Can you imagine having surgery in here? That's certainly not me. Wow. It's time to get out of here. I don't like this at all. I'm trying to find a way back to the entrance. Oh, I'm shivering all over. This is crazy, man. Well, I have to say that was absolutely amazing. What an incredible place to visit here. The tunnels, the underground hospital here in Guernsey, it is phenomenal. It's about 10 minutes from the airport, but it is phenomenal. As you're walking around, you really get a sense of grief, I guess, for the amount of people that lost their lives down here, and the sense of basically desperation of the islanders, I guess, at the time. There's numerous exhibits around showing all the German propaganda and things that were posted around the island, and it's really, really sad. What these people went through, it's very difficult to imagine these days how hard that must be to have your entire country, your entire island overrun by an invading force, and then had all these hospitals and things here, built by slave labour as well. It's terrible, really is unbelievably sad. But it's, yeah, just really get a sense of grief, I guess, walking around. It's a very strange experience. It's totally untouched as well, mostly, as to how it was originally back in World War II. I was just chatting to one of the guys who works here who was saying that essentially their aim is to keep it exactly as it was originally, with a couple of exhibits here and there, so that people really get a feel for what it's like. I highly recommend this place. It is only about 5 minutes drive from the airport. Great to do if you've got a connection like me. And the entrance fee is like £4 to get in, which is just nothing when you consider what it is that you're actually seeing and the history that you are walking through and the footsteps that you are walking in the shadows of down there. It's crazy. Right, so I'm going to head back to the airport now. My taxi will be here hopefully any minute. My next flight today is with Blue Islands, back to the mainland and to Southampton. My first time flying with Blue Islands, and from Southampton I'm connecting up to Manchester, where I get in about middle of the afternoon today on the Flybe-8. So let's get this taxi back to the airport and get something to eat, because I'm starving now. I haven't eaten all day. so I am back here now at Manchester Airport. Again, second time today, second approach and landing here at Manchester. Wonderful set of flights today on some awesome turboprop planes, 380Rs and a Dash 8. Can't really complain of that. Everything on time, pretty much. The odd little delay here and there, but it wasn't too bad really, and we made all of our connections fine. Southampton seemed to have changed the connection processes. I was last time I was there you could connect and do a connection airside. Now you have to go through to landside, back through security again, but to be honest at Southampton it's not really an issue because it's such a tiny airport and there's never any queues anyway. So back here at Manchester, I am going to try and find where I left my car the other night. It's somewhere here in the multi-story. Oh, I can see it actually. We're good. We're back. So thank you so much for watching this video. Really do appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind giving me a like or a comment in the comment section below, would really appreciate that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time on an in-flight video.